Before we start the video, I'd like to shout out Logo.com for sponsoring this video. They have an awesome site where you can buy a bunch of in-game currency and items, including all your favorite Rocket League items. Also, make sure you use code DOLBOBS to get an easy 6% off your orders. Check out the site, there's a link in the description. But for now, enjoy the video.
Yo, what's going on guys, DOLBOBS here, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Today, we're going to be looking at this new Rocket Pass 5 and every item that is going to be in it, because we have a nice sneak preview at all of these items. But first, can we just appreciate how cool this little part of the website looks? It's all animated. I've never seen this before, so honestly, they've really stepped up their game with the whole advertising that they've done recently. This screen alone looks amazing, but we're going to have to, unfortunately, go off of it. But don't worry, it's to look at the brand new items. So Rocket Pass 5 has just been announced, if you guys did not know. Well, you know now. So let's go through all the tiers. Obviously, once again, it's the premium tiers up to tier 70. And then obviously after tier 70 again, you can get painted and certified items. So we're starting with the Chikara, which is going to be the new battle card for this Rocket Pass. It looks really, really cool. I don't know exactly what hitbox, probably Dominus hitbox, but it looks pretty cool. Then we have tier 2, which is the Breakneck banner. That looks pretty nice. Definitely a nice clean banner. We then have Shining Barrage number 1, which is a cool goal explosion from what we can see there. Seems like we might have seen it in the trailer if you go back and look at the trailer. But that is not a goal explosion, that is actually a boost, so I just completely got that wrong. So Shining Barrage 1 boost, sorry. I can't believe that. Honestly, that kind of looked like a goal explosion, so you've seen that in the trailer. We then have 10% party XP boost. We don't really need to worry about that. We have a topper, which is a bike rack, which just does not seem to fit any sort of theme. It's just a bike rack to go on top of your car. We then have Yokai, which seems to be a trail, which is kind of cool. You might be able to see it up here. Let's see if we can see it. I don't know if I can see it. I don't think I can. But it seems to be a... Oh, actually, you can see it on the left over at the car on the left. But anyway... Yokai trail, that looks pretty cool. We have these orbs going out with the trail itself. We then have Mendoro, which is a cool wheel. It seems like that's actually an engine. You got an exhaust coming out at the end there, the radiator there. That looks kind of cool. Not something I'd probably use, but would definitely make for some funky car designs. We then have Corsec 1, which seems to be an antenna. That looks pretty cool actually. I don't really use antennas. We then have Moon Rocker, which is for the Dominus. A cool little decal there. Seems to be an astronaut, but he seems pretty dead inside there. We then have a goal explosion called Floppy Fish. I can get behind that, definitely. That's pretty cool. And then we have credits. As you can see, this is a sneak peek to what credits will look like. This seems to be the logo for them, so that looks pretty cool. We then have tier 13, the Reticle Wheels, which these are big on screen right now, so I can only assume these will become special edition, maybe. We'll have to have a look, but these look kind of cool. I reckon special edition, they'll crack open and look like maybe inverted or something like that. These are kind of cool. We have a Prowler Breakout, which I don't really have much I can say about that. And then we have an engine sound, which we can't really listen to here. We have a banner at tier 16 called Chow JP. That's cool. That just looks like the Neo Tokyo monorail line. We have a Dominus Decal again called Splatter Grid, which is probably quite nice. Probably that kind of reminds me of Endo Splatter, but it probably isn't that similar to it. We then have Animator Title, which I guess that's pretty cool. We have Shining Barrage 2, which is the upgraded boost, as you can see. It just becomes a little more extravagant. We then have Shimer, something like that, however you want to pronounce that, Shimer Wheels, which I think look kind of cool, because if you look at the center of the wheel, it's not actually connected physically by anything to the edge of the wheel. It's sort of hovering in the middle there, so that's kind of cool. We then move over to Patchwork, which is going to be a universal decal. That looks kind of cool. The decals from the Rocket Passes are always really, really nice, and are definitely worthy contestants of being black markets, but obviously, they're from the Rocket Pass, so they are nice and cheap for us. We then have POW, which is for the Octane. It just reminds me of probably the comic decal, for the ripped comic decal for the Octane. Seems like it's a similar style to that. We then have another 100 credits, and we have Mr. Inflatable Tube Man right here as an antenna, which is kind of cool. Hopefully there's a yellow version of this guy as well. Maybe not. Maybe that'll be a wasted tier, but it'd be kind of cool having two different colours of the old Tube Men. We then have these really clean looking wheels at tier 26. Demonix, I don't know how you want to, Demonics, yeah, I guess I'll go with that. Demonics wheels, these look clean in this picture. I really like that emerald turquoise color. Reminds me of the actual emerald wheels themselves. Really clean. We then have Two Tone, which is a decal for the Diestro, which looks really clean in this orange and blue color. I do really like that. And if you actually look, it seems like some parts of the decal are a mix between the two, which makes sense as it's called two-tone, or it just seems a bit shiny there. I don't know if that's specific to the decal or just those colors. We then have a taxi topper. So, oh, it says Bob's Ramen there. Classic Bob's Ramen showing up again. So if you wanna make a taxi car design, but you don't want to use that other taxi topper, you can go with this one. And I actually see an Easter egg there. The Moai head has shown up once again. Classic Moai head from Rocket League. We then have the Speed Chaser title at tier 30, and let's move on. Tier 31, we have Power Surge banner. Looks really cool. Electrified, looking kind of nice. We then have Starscape, which is a universal decal. Now, I can't imagine what that will look like. Maybe you saw it in the trailer. Let me know if you did. I kind of think that looks cool in the picture, but we don't know what it will look like yet. We then have Chikara G1, so the upgraded version. You see you're getting some neon lights on the front. You got a lot more definition. This spoiler at the back has a lot more detail to it. Looking really nice there. And then at tier 35, we have Tube Tank, where you can see a little fish in a little fish tank. Very small fish tank there for it. Probably not much room to move. And to be fair, it's probably going to be feeling a bit nauseated if it's actually in a wheel that's going to be spinning around constantly. So I feel bad for that fish. So there seems to be a fish theme recently. And what have I just seen? What is that avatar border? Jeez. Anyway, tier 37, mech spec for the Chikara. Is that a decal? I believe that is a decal. That looks kind of clean. You just got it's just a clean design. That's all that is. Because if you actually go back to the Chikara G1, you can see the difference is you've got these shiny lines which you can set. If you set an offset color, so a dark and a light version, you get this effect that they've created here. So yeah, tier 38, we've got Blabberwocky, which is a strange avatar border. It looks like those teeth are broken as well, so you might want to get that checked out. We have tier 40, which is Committed title. Again, these titles are they don't really follow a theme, they just exist. We have tier 41, Stamped Metal. So if you want your car to look like it's just been in a collision, then this is definitely the paint finish for you. We then have a gold explosion here called Kablooey, which just seems like it's a big explosion. Seems like it's on the verge of being between cartoon and realistic. It's sort of much more merged rather than things like Toon, which is very cartoony, so that's pretty nice, I guess. We then have an electrified banner. Again, the electric sort of theme here, looking kind of nice. We have these wheels called Morrowatch wheels. Again, these seem to be big on screen, so I guess there'll be a special edition version of them. This like crisscross pattern that I see looks kind of nice, I guess. Very metallic, and the lights on the tread look really cool. We then have another Chikara decal, Soft Edge, which seems to be the complete opposite of the last one. It's just a nice faded glow that you can see they've created here with that. So that looks really cool. The decals for that car look really nice, actually. We then have Shot Ninja, which is a title, and not really much else for the next 5 tiers. But then at tier 51, we get a paint finish called Metallograph. So Metallograph, whatever you want to call that. That looks kind of cool. Featuring the Endo there, which looks really nice with that paint finish. The blue color just makes it look like waves. But anyway, next we have tier 52, the Nox Universal Decal. Again, these pictures are very confusing. It's not really the easiest thing to tell what they'll look like, but that just looks like a snowstorm to me. I don't know why, but it just does. We then have Vapor Stream, which is a trail. You can see some pebbles flying out of there as your car goes super speed across the track. We have tier 54, which is a nice looking wheel, just a simple wheel. I do like that white rim around the wheel there. That looks really nice, actually. So that's a kind of nice wheel, to be fair. Probably not going to be special edition. We then have E-Flux, F-Flux, something like that. We have that as a universal decal. Again, not too sure what this will look like. It looks like it will be one of the crazy ones that are normally featured in the Rocket Pass, those crazy universal decals. We then have tier 56, which is the Corsair 2, which you can see an antenna again, but it's electrified, it's a lot bigger, it's at its full form there. We then have tier 57, which is Soccer Senpai. That fits the theme of that anime style, styled trailer that we had. We then have Yankee RL, which again, this wheel looks horrifying, I'm not going to lie. It doesn't look very nice. It looks like everything's just been sticker bombed onto that wheel. So we'll move on from there. We then have Octane Huntress, which just looks like Labyrinth to me. So if this is a rip-off Labyrinth, I feel sorry for all you Labyrinth owners. You've paid for a black market, and they've copied it on the Rocket Pass. But who knows, maybe it won't look like that. We then have Radiant Gush, which is a boost. Maybe this is the final form of that other boost, but it doesn't take the same name as it, but it looks kind of similar. A really big like electronic boost there, looks kind of cool. This banner right here, Swerved, I really like. You see you've got the Octane there, getting real low to the ground as it's drifting around. And then we have the Roadhog in the back, which seems to have taken flight. So that looks kind of cool. Then we have Hollow Sphere Wheels, which these are kind of nice. I do like these. I want to see what they look like painted. We then have Luster Edge Universal Decal, which looking at this picture seems like it will be a lot more cartoonified, but obviously animated at the same time, so that's nice. And then we have the final 5 tiers. We have a 5% XP boost, get excited for that. We have 100 credits. We have a Meta Blast Goal Explosion, which you saw in the trailer a lot. Just a nice simple goal explosion really there. Then we have Helicoprion. We have these wheels anyway, however you pronounce them. These are the sort of buzzsaw looking wheels, which look really, really nice. I think we saw a blue painted version of these in the trailer. So hopefully these can come special edition. These look really, really cool. And then we have the Chikara Gxt. As you can see, you got the lights, the hologram lights again around the edge, but this time they seem to be a nice white or light blue color compared to the last time we got a car with holograms on, which seem to have very nasty light green colors. So this should be good for car designs. I'd love to see this painted as well. But yeah, there you go, guys. That is the Rocket Pass numero 5, number 5 for you guys there. So let me know what you think. This screen right here looks amazing. I swear we didn't see this crab though in the bottom left in that list. So I don't know where the crab's coming from. But there you go, guys. And there's a cat. What's going on? Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. December 4th is when it all starts. Stay tuned on the channel for then. There'll be a bunch of update videos. I'm hyped for this. Big updates coming soon. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Goodbye.